is my niece, Holly, and this is my niece, Angelina, and this is my niece, Addie. And Oren, come here, Oren. And this is Oren. Say hi, Oren. And we're gonna do a little bit of hip stability because, Holly, when you're pregnant, do you feel kind of like your hips are all wiggly in the sockets? That's like so normal. So instead of stretching that area, which will destabilize, what we're going to do is strengthen this area to stabilize it and then work on stretching to balance the muscle groups. Sound good? We're going to show you some ways to do some WholyFit postures from the chair during pregnancy because it's often too hard to balance with your center of gravity changing all the time. You know, I mean, it's changing like from week to week. So doing postures in a chair is a great alternative. So for example, overcomer posture. You would bend the front leg and extend this back leg. The toes are pointing this way in a diagonal. And the front toes are pointing forward. And you're just resting on the chair. And again, Holly's really flexible, so you can modify this to the way that's comfortable for you. And you want to use the chair in the back to lift up, lift your whole body up, and just try to hold it. And again, if you're a little bit less naturally flexible, you could have your foot up here. Show them. Yeah, and that might be easier. And then you're going to try to square your hips, holding on to the chair the whole time. And you notice she's got a hold of the chair and you're breathing low, inhaling and exhaling. And you could hold that top arm out to the side. Just go ahead and use this for building the stability in your lower body. And Holly, go ahead and adjust it back where you need to be. She needs to be way back here. And make sure your toes still pointing forward. And it helps if you have a traction mat because I can feel her back leg slipping. And this, I would say, is a layer 3 because you notice there's a 90-degree angle. And the neat thing about using a chair is that the knee cannot shoot past the toe, which is what we want. So now stay right there and come up into your overcomer. Layer 1, 2, or 3. And then you're going to open your hips. So now she's got her hips open and hold on. Right, hold on. And you notice she's at a diagonal. You don't want to be here because that would be over twisting, right? So you're just keeping your feet lined up. You could even be here if that's more comfortable. And you can lift your body off the chair and see if you can hold it. And again, if you have a traction mat, it'll keep your toe pointing that way. You can adjust it. Yeah, so the back toe is pointing in a diagonal. And breathe, and you can feel that, right?
Yes.
In the thigh.
Yes.
Good, beautiful. And you can go ahead then and do that on the other side. Okay, so overcomer on the other side. Okay, go ahead and come up and put your toe about right here. And your heel here, there. And that's where you want to keep it. Good. And then you want to square up these hips. And if you need to bring this foot up to square the hips more, you can do that. There. Beautiful. Yeah. And you notice how the knee is not jutting forward beyond the ankle, which is good. And you really feel that in your thigh?
Yes. And in my hips.
And in your hips, good. Bringing a lot of oxygen to that area. And then for overcomer 2, you simply open it up, but this leg and foot still stays this way. And you're opening to a diagonal and holding this hand here. Yep. And that's overcomer side. And keep your spine straight. Can you see how you're a little bit bowed? Okay. Let me check that out. Why that's happening? Oh, you're leaning a little bit that way. Can you? There, that's it. That's it. And you notice she's in a plane right here. So there's a pane of glass here, and there's a pane of glass here, and she's in a diagonal. And this is working the quadriceps of the bent leg. And this toe back here is pointed diagonally forward, and that will keep this hip stable. And you notice she's not bringing her hand back here. She's bringing it here so that she's in a diagonal in her planes and breathing. And we're overcomers. We in the world will have tribulation, but we're of good cheer because Jesus has overcome the world. That's one of our overcomer scriptures. And rest. All right.
I think that's enough for today.